So, good morning to everybody, and welcome to the Unicas Orienta for International Students. My name is Erika Ottaviano, and I'm a professor teaching on the Mechanical Engineering course and also delegate for the Department of Civil and Mechanical Engineering of this university. I'm here to chair this meeting, Unicas Orienta for International Students. The program of this opening meeting is an overall overview of the university regarding general information, programs, enrollment, fellowship, but also housing and social life. We have invited speakers who will present themselves and give us their contribution. I just kindly ask to all of them to keep their contribution within 5 minutes in order to be able to have, at the end of this session, questions and answers. I also kindly ask you, to all the attendees, to switch off the microphones in order to keep the conversation in an ordered way, and switch on only if speaking. The questions that you may have during this meeting, you may ask by using the chat, or you may ask to talk, and I will give you the possibility to talk, but at the end of the speech. At this opening meeting, it is my pleasure to say that are present here Professor Emanuele Grossi, who is the delegate for the Department of Electrical and Information Engineering, and maybe will come Professor Andrea Moretta, who is the delegate of the Department of Economy and Law. But I just thank they for their attendance, but they will give us the contribution in the next meeting, which will be specific on master programs and departments of our universities. But let's start with the first speaker, who is Professor Giovanni Porzio from the Department of Economics and Law, who is the Vice Rector of International Affairs, that he will give us the welcome of this meeting and all the general information. Thank you, Giovanni.
Thank you, Erika. So hello, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm really glad to be here and to have the opportunity to present our university and programs to students, prospective students from everywhere in the world. I'm going now to give a more presentation with main facts that can be of interest to our students. So first of all, this is the University of Cassino in southern Lazio. It's located in Cassino. Cassino is quite central in Italy. It's not far from 3 airports. One is the international airport of Rome Fiumicino, and the other are Rome, Ciampino, and Naples, and then are both well connected with many places in Europe and in the rest of the world. We are 1 hour 30 in train from Rome. You can arrive there from car, also with the bus through some of the main bus companies around. Cassino is a nice, safe place, plenty of lovely people. This is one of the recent student shows our university. And what is also interesting, we have a lot of history. I just chosen 2 pictures. The Monte Cassino Harbor, very famous around, and where tourists comes from abroad, and millions of people comes every year. And also the Cassino FCA plant is one of the most modern factory in Europe. Our university is organized in 5 departments: economics and law, civil and mechanical engineering, electrical and information engineering, literary and philosophical studies, human, social, and adult sciences. We have 11 bachelor, 17 masters, 1 5-year master degree, and many PhD programs. The Economics and Law department offer bachelor degree in English, apart from Italians, and 2 masters in English and 1 master in law. The engineering department offers 3 bachelor and many masters, and we have a novelty this year. We have a civil engineering master in English and 2 more stable masters in mechanical and telecommunications engineering. We also have a master in medical image analysis and applications, but this is Erasmus Mundus joint master degree. I will be on that later. The Humanities and Foreign Languages department has 2 bachelor and 3 master degrees in there, offering to the students, and the Human Sciences, Society and Health department has 3 bachelor degrees in child and school education science and sports, social services, and 3 master degrees in the same subjects. Here there are the programs for international students. They are all totally taught in English. We have a Bachelor of Science in Economics and Business, a Master in Economics Entrepreneurship, Master in Global Economy and Business, Master in Civil Engineering. It's new, this master program. The Master in Mechanical Engineering, and Master in Medical Image Analysis and Application, and the Master in the Telecommunications Engineering. We have a new Master for international students. This is because the number of students that choose our university is increasing year after year, and this suggests us that we can enlarge the opportunities for them to come and study at our place. We also offer dual or joint degree programs, all in English, and that means that you can spend part of the programs in a partner university in Russia or in Albania, or in other university in Europe, like the Master in Medical Image Analysis and Applications, where we have a connection. You spend 1 semester in France, 1 in Spain, and 1 in Italy, and the 4th wherever you like. There are many facilities we offer to our students, sport facilities. We have a gym, football playground. Indian students play cricket on Sunday. We have a theater center where you can join. We have a choir, a music ensemble. We are organized to support disabled people with a specific office, and also, obviously, we have an international relations center. The International Relations Center organizes the student mobility in Europe. That means that you can choose one of our 200 European partner universities in Europe and spend 1 semester there for studying while you are a student in our university. You are a student in Cassino, and you can spend 6 months, say, in Germany or in France or Spain or wherever you like in Europe, to enlarge your view on and get exam and credits in that university, and then come back and graduate in Cassino. We also have a scholarship for traineeships in Europe, and then you can apply. And we have this call 2 times a year, and then you can get some money to arrange yourself in a traineeship in a company, and this can be also done after graduation, just after graduation, to help you to enter the job market. Free classes of Italian and foreign language and Italian culture are also available for international students, and it is a place where you can meet students from many programs in Unicas, our university. And these classes has been requested especially from international students because they want to let's say, fully live in Cassino and in Italy during their studies, and maybe even later. We have a job placement and startup office that helps students to find a job after graduation. This office and center actually organize an annual job fair and organize free classes for a limited number of people called 4 Steps to Entrepreneurship if you want to settle your own firm or whatever looks like that. What about fees and living costs is also a question that many students ask. The international student fees is 800 euros per academic year, if you are able to get this Lazio fellowship, your university fee become waived and you don't pay nothing. Our living costs in Cassino are nearly 500 euros per month. This is a very good, let's say, price to live in Italy and also in Europe. It's not so common to find a place where to join studying and living costs so low, although it's not obviously zero, but it's definitely less than many other places in Italy and in Europe too. If you are able to apply for the scholarship, then you can apply and get a scholarship based on your income condition and or academic merit, and then you get money, and then if you apply for a position in our dormitories, you also can get a place in our dormitories. Let me conclude with our graduates' opinion. We are really satisfied with that. When students are asked if they are overall satisfied with the university, 90% of our students say yes, totally satisfied. And this is what is interesting, is more than the national level, 85%, and we are at 90%. And what about the teachers? 90% says they are satisfied with the teachers. At the national level is 83%. And what about the idea of enrolling again in the same program? We are 67%, were against the national level 64%. So overall, we are proud to say we do something a little better than others. What about after studying at our place, where bachelor students are able with our degree to continue with a master program either in Italy or elsewhere in Europe, if they don't want to enter directly the job market? We must also say that our international programs have nearly 100% of students that get a job in 1 year from the degree. And finally, let me also say that our university is a research university, so that many graduates actually continue with a PhD in Italy or even abroad after the graduation. Let me conclude with 2 slides. One is a quote from Nelson Mandela, and that in some sense is also the perspective we approach our teaching duties as a teachers. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And the second slide, just more technical, is the reference address for the head of the International Student Office, Laura Morone. And also, it's also a kind of a wish for all of you. On the left, you see a picture where it's the room where the graduation ceremony happens. And on the right, there is a classical graduation final dissertation thesis with the crown that we give to our students at the end of the pattern in our place. So this is this part of my story. I just finished my brief introduction to the university. I hope it is clear enough. Was clear enough. In any case, I'm here for answering to any question you can have at the end of this session. So thank you.
Thank you, Professor Porcio. It was very clear and complete. And by the way, I'm suggesting to the students to ask the questions, typing them on the chat or waiting for the end of the speeches in order to make all of them at the end, because I've seen that some of them just asked it, they wanted to make some questions. By the way, we shall continue with the next speaker, who you have introduced her, Laura Morone, Mrs. Laura Morone. She is the International Students Office head, and she is in particular responsible, the nice and kind and professional person you will meet, you will talk with when you will arrive in Cassino. So Laura, please.
Thank you, Erika. Good morning to everyone. And let me say that it's my pleasure to welcome every one of you here today with us. to show you, first of all, who we are, because a lot of you only knows us through emails, and we think this is a good opportunity for you, first of all, to see who we are. Let me say just a few words about what you can ask to me and what I'm charged for in the International Students Office. In particular, you can forward me a request about the pre-admission procedures. So before you're arriving in Italy and in Cassino. And you can ask me the documents that needs to be prepared to enroll in the university. Documents, administrative documents, and didactics documents in regards to your career. Then the most important is that when you arrive in our institution, in the University of Cassino, my office is the first place that is waiting for you. So I can welcome you first, giving all the necessary information for the first step, that are registration in our university and the enrollment procedure. We usually support you through all the steps, informatic and not, with some senior students that may help you to fill in all the web pages, and we give you information about tuition fees, how to apply for Codice Fiscale, and all the procedure to apply for the permit to stay. Moreover, you can have information about the health assistance, how to apply for, and information about the first aid assistance, and also the insurance requested from the Migration Office. Sometimes students need also information about how to open a bank account or a post office account. My office is in charge also for this. We may give you the information about the steps to follow. You can write me emails, but I give you also a news that you may meet for me also on Google Meet each Wednesday afternoon from 3 p.m. You will find the link on the website, on the web page of the International Office in the Unicas website. You'll find the link where to register and fix an appointment to speak with me also before your arrival. Because I know that it's difficult to ask everything by email, or to wait your arrival here to have the answer to all your doubts. So I will available from next week on Google Meet. You'll find the link, and please, I'll wait for you. That's all for me.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you very much. So now we will continue with the experience, maybe it's close to you, experience of our students or previous students that stayed in Cassino. And the first contribution will be given by Mr. Dinesh Kumar Segondan, who is an Unicas student on campus job at the International Students Office. And is he here?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good morning. Can you give us your impression, your experience? What did you organize, and why you are, and what is your experience here in Cassino?
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, Erika, ma'am. First of all, greetings of the day to all. Myself, Dinesh Kumar Sengodan, pursuing second year master's degree in economics and entrepreneurship. Hope all are safe and staying at home. First of all, congratulations to all students who got admission in University of Cassino this year. And it's an honor, and I'm very proud to be here. And I'm very glad. It's my gratitude, and I'm very happy that you invited me for this conference. And the new students are elite bright and talented in many fields that brings them together today here. I am here to share my experience in the last 2 years, like part-time jobs, what I did here, and some international festivals, what we celebrated here, and my gratitude towards the staffs, students, and my senior colleagues. I know many of the students gone through these questions, like how can they manage the life in casino, or can they get a part-time job, or can they get a part-time job in university? Yes, it's possible. You can get a part-time jobs in University of Cassino or in casino generally. And not only we are working for money, but it's an opportunity to learn a new language and to build a good international relationship with students and staffs, a good campus life, and the contacts. The contacts are very important here, and a very good helping mind. Here are there are two important topics I would like to talk about the working experience in this university. First one is CRA department. CRA department stands for International Relations Center, where I worked for 2 months nearly. It's a very good department, and Laura Morene was my mentor, and she's a very good lady, and she hired me for this job. And I worked as just a student representative to help for the students to fill the codephysical form and to Erasmus program, how to apply for Erasmus program. And next one is that I'm very happy that I worked there, and it's an opportunity. Next one is I'm going to talk about CUOri department, University Center of Orientation. There I worked for nearly 2 months. There it's an opportunity to work for the students who got admission for the new intakes. I'm having the responsibility to enroll them and to give the admission letters to them. I mean, normally it's called as enrollment letter. I work for there, and that's all about this. If you have any questions, leave me on the comments. I will answer for that. And next one is the festivals what we are celebrating here. First one is International Food Festival. It's organized by students for the staffs and for the other peoples, like parents. Even parents can participate, and other administrative bodies also can participate. There we can share our native dishes from the cultures around the world, not only for tasting the food, but also for
Which is important.
sharing their
Which is an important task.
Yeah. It's a sharing of their tradition, cultures, and love towards the other fellow students and staffs. And another interesting festival is that Color Splash, what we call in normally in India is like Holy Festival. It gives us new starts, forgiveness, and aims to generate a great harmony, peace, connection in the good society. And finally, I would like to close with these lines. University of Cassino is not only an institute to study, it's a good community with talented minds, peoples, and international relations. Thank you for this opportunity, and I hope everyone is safe and staying at home. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You were very, very kind and enthusiastic, and it's visible this, and thank you so much for this. So then the next contribution will be given by Mr. Samuel Boteng, who is a master student and past student representative in the program committee. Is Samuel here?
Yes, please, I'm here.
Oh, hi,
Well,
Samuel. And the same question,
hello.
can you share with us your experience and what did you do within the university context, but also within the Italian culture? Did you enjoy to stay in Cassino and all, since from the professional, academical, but also personal point of view, things you want to share with us?
Okay. First of all, I want to extend my warmest greetings to each and everyone on board, my professors and my fellow students. It is a great honor to be called upon this morning to join this important meeting to share my experience on this platform. As you all know, my name is Boatin Samuel, and I come from Ghana, but currently locked up in Malta. Well, I was admitted to University of Cassino on the 13th of September 2017 to pursue a master's program in economics and entrepreneurship. It was a successful journey to Italy, and I enjoyed my studies. But one beautiful thing or one great opportunity came my way to be a representative for international students to represent entrepreneur and economic students. This position gave me the opportunity to interact with my fellow professors, and to interact with my fellow students. It was a nice opportunity and a nice experience going for meetings with my professors and helping my fellow students with their problems relating to accommodation and other academic issues. It was a beautiful experience, as I said earlier, but on my observations during this period was that I discovered that our professors were very, very dedicated. They were very dedicated to their job and gave in their best in imparting knowledge to students. One thing I also observed was that the professors of Unicas are well-mannered or are well-cultured in such a way that they make sure students do the right thing and attend to student problems as early as it gets to them. Aside that, they helped us in organizing extracurricular activity, as my colleague said earlier, sporting activities, food bazaar to exhibit our culture. It was a nice experience seeing all international students from all different parts of the world exhibiting their culture in dressing and in food. It was very, very great. Another thing that I observed as an international student was that students were given the opportunity to come up with entrepreneurial ideas and skills in the form of presentations to also help us be innovative, and which was a very great experience to me. In conclusion, one thing I can say about University of Cassino is that it is one of the best academic institutions that we have in Cassino, and I will recommend it to everybody because University of Cassino has upgraded my academic standard and the knowledge imparted in me has given me opportunities to further my research and my entrepreneurial skills. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I am grateful.
Thank you. But by the way, a curiosity, where are you now? What is your job? What are you doing?
Okay, I graduated on the 19th of March, so currently I'm locked down in Malta. I came to do 1 or 2 presentations, but because of the international shutdown, I can't come back to Italy. So for now, I'm locked down, but I'm not doing anything for now.
Okay, thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
So the next and the next speaker, it would be Mr. Isaac Mensah, who was our student, and then he was a student in the Venice PhD graduate, and then now he's currently working in the International Fund for Agriculture Development in Rome. Isaac, are you here?
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, here you are.
Okay, so hi to everybody. Anyway, so my name is Isaac Mensah. I'm also from Ghana. I work with the International Fund for Agricultural Development as a consultant in data and monitoring evaluation. I joined the Global and Economic Business program in 2013 and completed in 2015. From a little bit of the background, so from there I moved on to the University of Venice for a PhD in economics. There were a lot of opportunities on the way. I've had the opportunity to spend time in Estonia as a researcher, in US and in Germany, and now I'm stationary in Italy working for the UN. So I would say that I do have a lot of very, very good memories, in Cassino, because moving away from my home country in Ghana, it was actually the first place of abode, when I moved in Europe. So I do have a lot of memories, and I would say they're actually very good ones, fantastic relationship with all the professors, my fellow students. So what I would say is actually a very interesting opportunity which I got from the program is that, students do have a lot of degree of freedom in terms of finding themselves in the program. So what do I mean by finding themselves in the program? It means that, the programs in Cassino, very specifically, the GLEP program is structured in such a way that every student, if you want to pursue a career in economics, mathematics, business management, whatever, we do have a lot of courses which gives you the possibility, to find, the preferred career path that you have. So for specifically in my case, I was interested in, having a career in economics to be trained as an economist. So, I was very much interested in economics and statistics related courses. So I took courses like economics, applied econometrics, research methods in management. And then there were other colleagues of mine who were also interested in marketing, accounting, and management. And they also had the opportunity to choose, other courses that also suit their preference. So this is a very, very powerful tool, for the programs in Cassino that I encourage everybody to actually take advantage of, because elsewhere in other universities that I visited, you do have like a predefined program which gives you less degree of freedom. So, somewhere along the way, if you are not very satisfied with, or if you want to change your career path, it becomes a bit difficult because you don't have enough space. But, in Cassino, we do have a very structured program which gives you that possibility to change if you change your mind in the course of time. Now, so this is, very, very much important thing with the course structure for those who would want to exploit that. Now, in terms of student-professor relationship, I think it was also a very fantastic experience that I had with some of the professors. A very critical example was when I finished with my program, I had a possibility to develop my PhD research proposal with some of the professors. Actually, I should say specifically Professor Zedza, Professor Nistico, Professor Pozio. They were like really fantastic people that I had opportunity to contact, and they very specifically, they helped me to develop my research proposal. And that gave me opportunity to, apply and get the position in universities. I'm proud to say that, when I completed from Cassino, I did had 2 PhD positions, one in the University of Ca' Foscari in Venice, and one also in University of Padova. And at the end, I had to, I decided going to Venice. So, there were also other opportunities. I remember there was a program where some students were selected. I think there were 4 of us who were selected to represent the university in Germany in a program in global food market. We went with Professor Russo. So it was also a fantastic opportunity to, explore, meet other students from other universities and, interact. So I would say that the experience that I had from, the University of Cassino, interacting with some of the students, interacting with some of the professors, I would say has made me who I am today, being very flexible with work and also, doing the very things that I like to do. So to finish up, it's, just to say that it's not only me. I do have contact with some of my colleagues who we studied together, who are actually in very good positions. If some of the professors here would remember, we do have Christian Darko, who I studied with, who is now working with a big insurance company in the United States. I also have actually a colleague, in the International Fund for Agricultural Development, Sarah Fanabayo, who is also doing fantastically well. And then we do have other colleagues in somebody in Czech Republic, also a PhD student, and other colleagues. So I would say that it's actually a great opportunity. And let me also take this opportunity to thank all the professors and all the good people that I met, Professor Pozio, Professor Nistico, Professor Zedza, Monica Fagnoli, the guys at the International Office. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And I do encourage and, invite everybody here on the line that if you're really, really, really interested and you want a very fantastic opportunity, just consider your place in the University of Cassino. Thank you.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you so much, because your words are so precious for us, because you give us not only the enthusiastic way, but also your experience that after Cassino, you stayed in Italy, but other friends of you will move. And so there is a lot of, there are a lot of opportunities, and working with us, studying with us will give opportunities to students, to the international students, to be part of the world altogether. So we will conclude the speakers with Riccardo Mancinelli. I don't know him personally. He is the International Students Crew Association, but they told me that he's like a tornado, like a hurricane in organizing things and taking students and helping students in doing the best. So, is Riccardo here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Good morning.
Dulcis in fundo.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the invitation. I'm very glad to be here this morning. I am Riccardo Mancinelli. I am the president of the association International Student Crew. We are an association that help university to welcome, to guide, and to organize activity, but we can say in a friendship way. I want to share you our Facebook page. You can see? Okay. This is our Facebook page, International Student Crew Cassino.
We don't see, sorry, we don't see. I don't see. Maybe the others can see.
I have my Facebook page.
Put present wall.
I cannot see. I cannot see.
One moment.
Fai presenta ora, condividi schermo.
Sì, però non va.
Double when you condividi il schermo, double click on the image you want to share.
Okay, thank you. You can see now?
It's coming. Here it is. Okay, thank you. Works.
Okay, thank you. Okay, our name is International Student Crew. Recently, we were called Erasmus Generation Cassino. Now we are changing our name in International Student Crew to give an idea to involve all international students and not just Erasmus people. So this is our page. I want to show you our photos. To show you all the activities that we organize. We organize different kind of activities from welcoming, guide, and all kind of activities about culture and cultural exchange. For example, you can see here we organize the African Student Night. This is an example because we organize usually activities for each kind of nationality in Cassino. Here, for example, the African Student Night was an aperitif where African people bring their food, their clothes, and share their culture with us. They let try us the typical African food and bring us also their typical clothes. So we can dress it and take photo. Here you can see our photos with their typical clothes. And another kind of activity that we organize, this is a cultural exchange. we organize also linguistic exchange that is a way to improve or learn some aspect of a different culture, or to learn a different language, to improve, to learn, or to know some particular elements of another kind of another nationality. Here you can see the photos from the tandem linguistico, that is a linguistic tandem, so is a way to know, like I said, the culture and the language of other countries. Here you see we organize with tables. There are for each table a flag, and that flag represents the language or the culture that you want to know or you want to improve. Another kind of activity, sorry guys, but I don't have so much time, so I want to show you the most important activities that we organize, but you can see also from your house on our page. Another kind of activities that we organize is, for example, a typical Italian holiday that is Pasquetta. It's the Monday after Easter. That this is not a typical Italian Pasquetta, but we used to celebrate it like this, with a great party on a disco on the beach. Is a way to know new people and to enjoy in this nice holiday in Italy, in Cassino. Another activity that we organize is we organize also travels to share Italian and Cassino culture. For example, we usually organize trip to the best Italian cities. I want to show here a trip that we organize when we visit Bologna, Verona, and Venezia. In this trip, we usually visit these cities, the monuments, we learn about the culture, about the food, and the typical costumes of the place. For example, here we were in Venice in the period of the Venice Carnival, so we learned about the culture, we tried the masks, we visit the places, and we tried the typical food. Here, for example, we were in Verona, visit the city, the monument, and also we visit the monuments, and also we try the typical food that is so good in Italy. Here, for example, we were in Bologna. And the last activities that I want to show you is about an activities that we organize in our territory. It's called, we called it urban and mountain trekking. This is about sport and tourism in our city, because we practice sport and also we visit the city. We called it urban and mountain trekking because we start to walk from the city until to arrive to our famous Abbey of Monte Cassino. And during the path and during this way, we visit the monuments, the nature, we do sports. Here you can see all the images while we start from the city and arrive to the Abbey. So this is all. We also, with our association, do also phone assistance. So when you will arrive in Cassino, you will have my number and the contact of our association. So we can welcome and guide you better for a better assistance. And thank you for this time. This is all.
Okay, Riccardo, thank you so much. And my question was the last one comment you made. How can you contact? But of course, to type the name of association, your association in Facebook, and they will also find you. And thank you so much, because it's the social life and the culture is as important as studying. Less, at least. If you want just to study, you don't go out. But an important part is also to know a new culture, new people, new habits, and this is very important. Thank you so much for the work you are doing for all the students, to also for the Italians too, because it's a nice exchange.
Without Italian, there is exchange.
Yes, there is also always an exchange, which is very, very important for all of us. So at this point, I think that we can see, I didn't see the questions. I don't know, Laura, Giovanni, can you help me, because you will be the right persons to answer to the questions. So Laura, have you seen some questions you maybe answer to all?
I published, I don't know if you see, I published the link where you can meet for me in Google in the chat here. And I think that we may answer to some questions, if any, please. If the students joining us have some questions, we are here for you.
Yeah, Laura, I'm going to say a few words about one very important question a student have written in the chat a few minutes ago. It's about how we deal with the pandemic that is now affecting Italy and the rest of the world. And the answer is that we are already organizing the next semester so that classes will be put in classroom, in presence, and online. That means that if a student, for any reason, because their country is locked down, or our country is released the visa with later than usual, then students can have our classes online, and then when they will be able to join us, they can continue have their classes in presence. That's the idea. We are already organizing this kind of structure for international students. Currently, all the classes are given online in Italy, and also at our university, all the programs are doing their work. All the students, all the teachers, and exam will be online in June and July. But from September, we will be again in class. But given the story about the pandemic, and given that we know there is so lot of uncertainty around, we are already ready to start with this kind of structure. I hope this clarifies the doubts, and I can understand this is a matter of concern for many students for next year, but this is the way we are going to work.
Okay, thank you, Giovanni. Thank you, Laura. Are there any other questions arising from the students, curiosities?
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I have a doubt regarding the financial aid and the scholarship provided by the regional government. How the process will start for the students to apply for the scholarship and the documentation. Here, back in India, everything is locked down, so we don't get any chance to legalize and proceed for the documents. So my question is how.
So Laura, yes, the question, yeah.
Yes, please. Your question is.
Yeah, my question is about how we can start the process to legalize our documents, including the scholarship documents and also for the matriculation at the university.
Okay, scholarship and accommodation usually are given to students from Lazio Disco, as Professor Portio showed in one of his slides. And we are all waiting for the announcement from them that is going to be published as soon as it will be possible according to the pandemic situation. So you only have to wait to ask to us, of course. You may forward this request again also to me by mail, because as soon as we have news, we of course will let you know and support you in this way to prepare the necessary documents. And this is one thing. Instead, for the documents to be delivered to the embassy, we have to wait for the new rules and new suggestions from the ministry. So meanwhile, you may apply through the online system for the pre-admission to have an evaluation of your career and to ask us the pre-admission letter. Meanwhile, let's wait for the other suggestions.
Well, thank you for the information. As of now,
You're welcome.
So thank you. Any other questions?
It's about. Hello?
Yes.
As of now, I got to know from this webinar is about the classes will start from the September online and about the scholarship process. So I also want to know about the visa, how exactly the visa process for the international students will be start by the embassy, and how we are getting the information about the visa. If we don't get the visa, then without the visa, how we can participate for this year enrollment for the 2020 September intake.
Visa process also is established through the ministerial guideline we're waiting for. So we'll give you more information next June, July about this, because as Professor Porcio wrote in the chat, it will be possible for you to attend online lesson if you are already pre-accepted by our degree programs, so you are in our list. We will give you code to attend lessons waiting for visa. It's everything a work in progress, so we have to wait for official information anyway. And meanwhile, we will be able to give you more detailed information on how to attend and on how to enroll. So contact again us for this in June and July, and we hope to be more precise about this answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your answers.
I would like to add a few words on that. So the visa process may have a delay this year. This is why we organized our story the way I told you before. We cannot foresee that. On the other hand, we know that for a visa to be given, you need to have a financial, to prove you have enough financial resources to stay in Italy. And also you have to pass through an interview where your motivations to study in Italy will be evaluated. So this is a more general suggestion. If you are going to apply for a visa, whenever it will be possible, you need to take care of these two aspects. Proof of your financial ability and motivations to study. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Giovanni. If there are no more questions, I think that it is almost 11. I think that we can close this morning meeting of Unicas Orienta for the international students.
Excuse me, I see just a question from Sarah, but I don't get to the point. It's possible to get
Sorry, I didn't see the question. From Sarat? Sorry, I didn't follow the chat.
Yes. I'm in the chat. So
So Giovanni, maybe if you have the question, you may try to answer, because Sarat doesn't reply, doesn't show up.
Hello, can you hear me, ma'am?
Ah, okay. Here you are. Please.
You see, ma'am, I'm from India. Okay, first of all, thank you for all. And I just have a question regarding this. Is it possible to get a correct status on my admission?
Sorry,
Actually,
we cannot hear you very well.
admit.
Can you speak slowly, please? Because we cannot hear you very well.
Oh, sure. Shall I get a correct status on my admission on this year?
Sorry, can you repeat? Giovanni,
can you?
I cannot very well.
Sarah, can you rephrase the sentence? Can you rephrase the sentence?
Actually, I courses in global economic and business in Ansonite.
So,
is it audible?
did you already apply? Did you already apply for pre-enrollment?
Yes. So is it? Yeah.
Did you get the answer?
So already.
Okay.
No. Actually, I applied. I didn't get any confirmation.
Okay. Please come to the next meeting, 11:30. There will be the program chair. You can ask her this question.
Okay, sure. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Erika, I just was saying, I'm sorry, the connection was, my connection was down for a second. I just was saying that we will inform all the students that apply to our, pre-apply to our university about any news from the government, from the embassies, from the Lazio Disco about the fellowships. So we continue to inform our students on the way so that they have the easiest way they can get to Cassino. It's our pleasure. That's it. Thank you, Erika. I'm just finished.
So if there are no more questions, I think that if Giovanni, you want to say something more? You want to say something more about the meetings of within half an hour and tomorrow for the students, to invite them?
Okay. Thank you, Erika. So just a pleasure to recall that in half an hour, actually, even earlier at 11:30, so in 20 minutes, more or less, there will be a new meeting specific for the Department of Economics and Law, and where will be presented the bachelor and the master programs in that field. Tomorrow morning at 10 local time, there will be a similar session to this one. So if you have a friend or colleagues that can be interested in participating, please invite them. And the same Google Meet room. And tomorrow in the second part of the morning, 11:30, there will be the presentation of the programs from the engineering department, the master programs. There are 3 master programs. So that's it. I'm just thankful for your time and patience. Hopefully you will be here soon. That's my best wish I can do. Thank you to Eric and to all the participants to this meeting.
Thank you to all. I think we can close this session. Goodbye to all.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hello, Professor Erika. I have a question about this update and status after 3rd of May. What will be the scenario? What will the update will get from the government?
Excuse me?
I have a question on the update of this lockdown after 3rd of May. What will be the scenario?
For the lockdown, Professor Porci already told us something about. We have to wait and to see what will happen, but we will keep you informed.
Okay, well, thank you.
In real time. The International Office and Professor Porzio, and specifically the department delegates, if you belonging to a specific master study, you just ask to the right person, or if you don't know who, to the International Office.